Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Learn Guitar with Paul. In this episode, we're going to start looking at chords. And we're going to begin by looking at chord boxes. And chord boxes are what you use to write chords actually in. We're going to look at proper chord techniques, so how you can get the best chord you can. And then we're going to finish looking at the first chord, which is an E minor chord. Then in the next couple of days, we're going to put some more chords in the mix and finish on Friday with our first song using the new chords. So let's dive in and take a look at chord boxes. Chord boxes are made up of lines. So these 6 lines represent our 6 guitar strings. Now the thinner blue lines are the thin strings, so the E, the B and the G, and the red lines represent the thicker strings, the D, the A and E. Then we have a thick black line along top, which represents the nut of the guitar, which is a piece of plastic between the neck and the head. We then have thinner lines, which represent our frets, so fret 1, 2 and 3. So let's look at how we're going to play a chord, and we're going to start with a C chord. So the black dot tells you to put a finger on the first fret of the B string, and the number in the dot is which finger to use. We then use X's that tell us not to play those strings, so we're not going to strum the E, the A or the D strings. And the O's mean you are going to play those strings, but you're not holding them down. They are open strings. Now you always play a dot, so you don't need to put an X or an O on that one. So we're only strumming the first 3 strings, the E, the B and the G. And there you go, that's how you read chord boxes. Great chord technique starts with the 3 Fs. Now I'm talking about the 3 Fs, I'm talking about a flat thumb, I'm talking about fingertips, I'm talking about frets. There are the 3 Fs. So we're going to break them down into more detail and look at each one at a time. So first one, flat thumb. So when I mean flat thumb, I mean a flat thumb against the back of the neck. So your thumb is pushing at the back of the neck, doing kind of like a thumbs up kind of idea, and your finger is pushing the other side of the neck, and it just gives you the ability to kind of pinch neck. It gives that kind of pressure, gives that support around the back. So make sure you've got that flat thumb. It's very easy for the thumb to creep around the front and actually underneath the neck. If that happens, you'll find you won't have enough pressure on the back, you won't be able to push down very hard, so make sure thumb remains around the back. The next F is fingertip, so we need to arch our finger so we are using the fingertip and not the flat part of a finger on the string. So make sure you're using the tip of your finger to push down the string. Given that positioning as well, this lever arch kind of positioning will actually allow you to push down harder as well, rather than using a flat or straight finger. So make sure you have your finger arched, that will allow you to push down that little bit harder. Now the third F is frets. So it's positioning your fingertip close to the fret wire. When you're close to the fret wire, you'll find you won't have to push down quite so hard, and you'll get better sound. So that is the optimum place to put your finger. Now the problem with that is it's very easy for your finger to creep on the metal, and you'll get no sound at all. So make sure your finger is just before that. So there are the 3 Fs. So flat thumb around the back, fingertip, so your finger nice and arched, and close to the fret wire, so strip of metal, to give you the best sound. So follow the 3 Fs and you'll have a great sounding chord. Now it's time to look at your first chord, E minor chord. Now it's a 2-finger chord. We're going to put our first finger 2nd fret of the A string and our second finger 2nd fret of the D string. Now we did talk about a minute ago of the 3 Fs, that we want to try and get our fingertips and close to the fret wire. Now you'll find first finger won't be able to get very close to the fret wire because second finger is going to obstruct it, it's going to get in the way. So don't worry if you basically can't get the first finger that close. Second finger should be able to get obviously very close, but the first finger won't be. So that's perfectly normal, don't worry about that. So that's our E minor shape. Now to really get that shape under our fingers and to get the most important part of it, which is the reflex action, so you find that chord very quickly when you're trying to obviously change to it in a song, we're going to look at a series of exercises to focus on programming the shape into our different fingers. First thing we're going to do is just take our first finger, placing it on the correct string in the correct fret, so that was the 2nd fret of the A string or string 5, and take it off again. And we're going to do that for 5 times. So we'll try it together. So ready? So lift up hand, place it on the string, and then strumming, and then removing. Here we go. So ready? So finger on, strum, and finger off. Finger on, strum, finger off, finger on. As you're doing this, just try and position it close to the metal. Again, fingertip, all the kind of things we've talked about so far, and the thumb around the back. Off, back on, off, and back on. Next thing we want to do is do exactly the same, but now with second finger. So here we go, we're going to take second finger and put it on. Give it a strum, take it off. Put it on, give it a strum, and take it off. And do that a good few times. The idea is that you want to go around it enough times so there's no hesitation. So you find that chord or finger in this respect nice and quickly. Once you crack that, it's time to start doing both fingers. So first finger comes on, followed by second, strum. First finger by second, strum. Off again. First finger, second, strum, off again, first finger, followed by second, and strum. The next one to do is finger 2 followed by finger 1. So here we go. Finger 2 goes on the D string, finger 1 on the A, and strum. Off, finger 2, finger 1, and strum. Off, finger 2, finger 1, and strum. Off, finger 2, finger 1, and strum. Once you've got that, then it's both fingers at the same time. So trying to place them exactly at the same time. So first goes on the A and the second goes on the D at the same point. No hesitation, just trying to get nice and smooth. Now, I dare say it's a little bit boring, but the idea being, if we can just spend these few minutes just trying to get this chord shape really under our fingers, really programmed in, you'll find you'll never have to do it again. E minor will be really set, and it is a very common chord. It pops up in so many songs, so we need to know it, and it's going to really help program that in. And there we go. So if you need a bit more practice at this, the sequence was first finger, then off, first finger, off. Then second finger came on, then off, and again try and repeat it a good number of times till there's no hesitation, then you know you're ready to move on. First finger followed by second finger, strum again, then off, first finger followed by second finger, strum it, then off, then second finger followed by first finger, strum it, then off, second finger followed by first finger, and then both fingers at the same time, fingers 1 and 2, strum, then off, fingers 1 and 2, so you're doing them simultaneously at exactly the same point.